Welcome to a bright summer's day here. It's the middle of August. We're in Hockenheim in Germany at the Formula One circuit, but this is drag racing. All the competitors here are here in serious mood, but Hockenheim always means it's the biggest drag racing party of the year. Come along and join us and let's see what's going on. Well, here in Hockenheim, the man who does it all, runs the race meeting and drives one of the quickest cars, is the German Rico Antes.
It's a good party, it's a good stress, I have fun, everything works fine, we have the right weather, we have enough spectators, we have good traction. We're looking forward to put records here down on the track.
And on top of all that, you've got to drive a 5,000 horsepower car.
Well, that's the fun part. That's what I'm here for, to have a little bit fun.
And it's going really well too, isn't it?
Yeah, finally we have managed to get it a little bit closer to the time that we wanted to have, and now we have something to work from there. And I think everybody in the team now is happy because we know now where we're at, and now we can tune it up there.
Well, another lady looking for good times here at Hockenheim this weekend was Sweden's Vivica Avested. Indeed, on the earlier qualifying, she led the pack with a 5.16. You must be feeling really happy again.
Yes, I am. I mean, John, this for the first time we made a good pass here at Hockenheim, because we always had some problem here. I don't know why. I always used to say that I think the track doesn't like me here at Hockenheim. But I mean, yeah, we are very happy.
Number one qualifier, 5.16.
Yes, we ran 5.16, but I clicked off after 4 seconds. So, I mean, it was a pretty good run.
Great Britain's Gary Page was here once more out of the funny car and back into a top fuel dragster.
Yeah, we had a bit of a problem in the last run. One of the magnetos wasn't working, so it only did that run on on 8 plugs instead of 16. So
a magneto is like a distributor in a car?
Yeah, basically. So it was just, yeah, half the plugs weren't firing. So running what it did with only like 8 plugs instead of 16, it'll pick up an awful lot next time.
Gonna look for the number one spot?
I don't know, Jens was like 5.02, that's real quick. I mean, we want to run a teen. If we run somewhere in the teens, that'll be fine. But it doesn't matter, you know, as long as we qualify, you know, race day's another ball game. So.
Well, we're going to watch you. Have fun, Gary.
Thank you.
Well, Gary Page came out for this qualifying run and absolutely stormed the track and took the track record and the number one spot with a 5.15. Great Britain was celebrating. And Gary Page wasn't the only person to celebrate. The crowd here at Hockenheim, this massive crowd, really in a good humour, having seen lots of great qualifying here during the day and looking forward to the evening show as well. Next man up, Denmark, Jens Nebo. Now, Jens is a man who will always aim for the bottom end of the 5-second bracket, and certainly here at Hockenheim was looking for that number one spot. Last year's Top Fuel champion cracks off a 5.23. Not quite the number one spot, but still an excellent qualifying time. This is Finland's Tommi Hapanen. Now, Tommi Hapanen has had a pretty miserable weekend so far with lots of breakages on the Top Fuel car. Now he's out looking for a qualifying run. And we see him here running alongside Great Britain's Gary Payne and runs a 5.35. Well, next man up is the other man from Great Britain, Andy Bad Boy Carter, who's had a lot of problems.
We don't really know exactly what the problem is. At first we thought we didn't have enough on the throttle stop, so we've opened that up now. But now we think it's a problem with the clutch. Clutch not quite locking up on the burnout, but we're still working on that. But it hasn't seemed to hurt the 60-foot times anyway. We run a good 0.9 60-foot.
Well, let's see how he gets on this time, because Andy really has been suffering. He's gone through a change of crew chief in 1996, and that seems to have turned his luck around a little bit, but still, he's looking for optimum performance from this Top Fuel dragster. And away from the start line, he seems to go up in smoke, but puts in a run of 7.21. And at least he's qualified in the number 6 spot. Well, we have a massive field here in Hockenheim of top alcohol cars. They're the smaller brothers and or cousins of the Top Fuel cars, running with engines that produce 2,500 horsepower as opposed to 5,000 horsepower. Here's the man currently leading the European Top Alcohol Challenge. This is Switzerland's Peter Beck, and he was our number 1 qualifier here at Hockenheim. Well, it was a 6.02 during qualifying, which earned him the bye run in the first round, and he runs a 6.15, and he'll meet one of these two in the next round, bearing in mind that Peter Beck is having a great 1996 because he is the current European record holder with a time of 5.90. Heavy stuff, fairly unbeatable, and he arranged to get that little number at Norway Gardermoen's racetrack. Well, the two Valvoline cars running side by side, Lex June from Holland and Peter Cruiser from Germany, gives the win to Lex June from Holland. He moves on into the next round, having taken the win of 6.27, and the man who won the Cannonball is looking good in 1996. Here's our next pair in the dragster, Anita Michaela from Finland, a lady chasing the 1996 Top Alcohol Championship, and alongside her, Urs Embacher in the ex-Urs Urbacher car from Switzerland. All these Barkers everywhere, and still nobody can bark at Anita Michaela and take the win. She goes through into the next round with a run of 6.10. Well, as you can see, in Top Alcohol, we mix dragsters and Top Alcohol funny cars. The dragsters have smaller engines than the funny cars to compensate for their lack of weight. And in the dragster, from France, Bob Fieler. And in the funny car, the new kid on the block, that's Dan Larsen from Denmark. And Larsen takes the win with a time of 6.12. Great run for him. Well, the man who was the number 2 qualifier here is Great Britain Barry Sheevels. Barry, number 2 qualifier, you've not lost that touch, but at the moment, there seems to be an awful lot of people out there doing very, very well.
Yeah, we were, obviously we decided to come over to Hockenheim because we did so well last season here. And just before we came over, we realised that quite a lot of cars in Europe are now running 5s. And so we decided to change a few of the combinations in the car to try and get back close to the 5s. And we were really, really pleased. I mean, guys have done a really lot of work over the last couple of weeks. And I'd like to thank all the crew and for their hard work.
Well, he got through on a bye run into the next round, his opponent not showing. And here's our next pair coming up to the start line, creating a lot of smoke. I couldn't agree more. It is so smoky out there. And it's the Pennzoil car closest to the camera of Switzerland's Urs Urbacher from Great Britain in the blue Oldsmobile Achiever. That's Alan Jackson. Now, Jackson was our number 10 qualifier, having run a 6.32. And Urs Urbacher was our number 7 qualifier, having run a 6.23. So this should be really tight between them. Urbacher, with his all-new car here for 1996, had previously run a 5 in Gardermoen in Norway. But there's problems here for him at Hockenheim, and it's Al Jackson who takes the win for Great Britain at 6.36. Well, funny car and dragster again, and away first it's Sweden's Michael Kagerad, the man who was the number 3 qualifier from Linköping in Sweden. In the Mustang, he takes a convincing win of 6.06 over Walter Strobel from Germany. Does this look like a block of cheese to you? It does to me. This is Detso Kreban. Detso's in his Chevrolet Beretta, sponsored by Swiss cheese, and one of the most unusual paint schemes on the drag racing scene at the moment. Well, he finds himself up against the lightweight dragster of Germany's Peter Schofer, the man who had really shown us all how it was done at the Summer Internationals. And let's just watch that huge wheel stand again from Detso Kreevan. That must have shaken every bone in his body. Well, we're heading in towards the evening, and evening time at Hockenheim is party time. The crowd waiting expectantly. Something like 50,000 people come through the gates here for this family-orientated meeting here at Hockenheim. Well, you just wouldn't believe the atmosphere unless you were here. And of course, if you have fast cars and fast motorcycles, a big, big crowd who require entertaining, what do? You go down the road to the local American football club, you remove their cheerleaders, you bring them back here to Hockenheim, and do the crowd love it? Do the crowd love it? They absolutely adore the girls. They come along here in these hot rods and custom cars, which form part of the evening show as well. And here's a perfect machine for you if you want to feel sick just standing still. Lots more of that coming your way later on. And also the girls will be here. Once it starts to get dark, once they bring up the lights, the girls will be here to entertain. Well, not only are we going to see the girls in the next part of this show, we'll also be seeing some of the night qualifying for the Pro Modified and for Top Fuel. That's all coming up in part 2.
Meet Harry.
I spent my life savings turning my van into a dog.
And Lloyd.
You are one pathetic loser.
They're about to go on a trip.
We gotta get out of this town!
With everyone in hot pursuit.
They're driving an 84 Sheepdog.
Pull over! No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Jeff Daniels, Jim Carrey.
We're there.
Dumb and Dumber, the encore at 7 o'clock tonight on Sky Movies.